What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about the Grapevine. Not that anybody asked, but we're going to be heading northbound, which is different than southbound. It's not an equal distance up and down, right? Southbound is where you see truck drivers whose brakes started smoking because it's such a long descent. Northbound is the long climb. Not that heading downhill northbound isn't. I mean, it's a 6% grade, as you'll see. But anyway, that's what we're going to cover today. A little bit about downshifting and Jake brakes. And what else? I just noticed I have this, see this Nike thing? I know somebody who, if she saw it, she's still mad from back when Nike signed a deal with Colin Kaepernick. She's still mad about that. If she saw that, you can't wear that Nike stuff. Man, that feels like 10 years ago. Anyway, I guess she's probably on board with the Bud Light crowd and whatever other thing to get outraged about. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the Grapevine, so let's do it. Let's get started. Okay, this is the Grapevine. I'm going up it. I already went from 8 high to 8 low, down to 7 high. Now I'm in 7 low, and I'm gonna have to go to 6 high, which I'm gonna do now. Nice and easy. And I think I might have to go to 6 low. We'll see if I have to drop another gear. But this is a very steep, long grade, like a 6% grade. Yeah, see, I'm at 1,300 RPM and dropping, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop down to 6 low, which I just did. See, the sign says slow trucks, they know. So I'm at about 1,420 RPM, going up to 1,500 RPM. I climb hills in high RPM. I'm sure most truck drivers that drive manual do. I know some drivers in automatics just let the truck do whatever it wants. When I had automatics, I felt like the RPMs would go down too low before they would downshift, so I would manually downshift it to keep the RPMs kind of high. Right now I'm right at 1,400 RPM. And I'm doing 30 miles an hour up the Grapevine. Now, it's not a hot day. In fact, it's 66 degrees outside, but I'm watching my temperature. I'm at about just over 200 right now. Like, if it gets up to 210, I'm gonna turn the heat on. Okay, the grade is actually getting steeper. I'm now down to about 26 miles an hour, and my RPMs are at 1,350, which is still okay. But if it gets any steeper than this, I'm gonna have to drop down another gear to 5 high. Yeah, I'm in 6 low. See this guy? I was flashing him to come in. I'm talking about the guy in the lane next to me. I was flashing him to come over, and he's like, no, I'll just stay in one lane over and make everybody go around me and pass me on the right, just because I'm a selfish, obnoxious jerk. Like, bro, why don't you get over to the right? Nah, truck drivers don't care, man. I mean, look at it. There's nobody in the right-hand lane, but he will not drive in the right-hand lane, period. That stuff, I know that shouldn't bother me. It bothers me. It just, when people are so selfish, inconsiderate, rude, discourteous, for no reason, like, he doesn't gain anything by being over. It's just certain truck drivers will not drive in the right-hand lane ever, under any circumstances. Even going up a 6% grade at 30 miles an hour, nope, won't do it. And for all you four-wheelers out there, we call those guys steering wheel holders. They're not professionals, they're just steering wheel holders. That's the perfect example. Guys who will not drive in the right-hand lane. I'm talking about not if it's a 2-lane road. I'm talking about if it's 3 lanes or more. All right, we're going downhill. I can start shifting up. just got a text message warning on my screen from this work hound. Do any of y'all that work at a trucking company get text messages from work hound? It's some kind of thing where you're supposed to click a link and fill out a survey, or not even a survey, just like questions, comments, and concerns about your company. It's supposedly anonymous, but I'm very suspicious of anonymous surveys and anonymous. To me, it sounds like you're ratting somebody out. So I don't get involved with Workhound, man. I feel like if you fill out one of these questionnaires, a week later, dispatch is gonna be like, well, we just don't have anything for you. Hang tight, we'll call you when we get something. Okay, I'm gonna turn my Jake brakes on. I don't have them on while I'm climbing. All of that shifting, it's not good to have your Jake brakes on while you're downshifting. I say it's not good. You can do it, but number one, there's no use in it, and number two, it could cause you to miss a gear. And any of y'all watching, feel free to call my company and tell them how impressed you were that I didn't grind any gears with all of this shifting I did. Jason did an excellent job of not grinding gears, because I'm getting ready to have to downshift again. This is another steep, long one. So I'm in actually top gear, 8 high. Well, I'm in 8 low now. Now some people say, Jay, why do you go from 8 low to 7 high? Just go from 8 low to 7 low. You can do that if you prefer. You just let your RPMs drop like another 200 RPM. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm in 8 low, I'm at 1200 RPM. I'm gonna let it get down to about 1150. And now I'm in 7 low and my RPM shot up to 1550, which is a pretty good RPM for climbing. I got a new Koozie today. I had an LSU one and it just disappeared. I don't know how you lose a Koozie that just stays in the truck, but it's been gone for a week and I can't find it. So I saw this in the truck stop and I got it. Alright, now I got this guy trying to merge. I can't get over. I gotta slow down, man, to let him in. Don't make me slow down going up a hill. Sometimes it works out that way. I had a guy on my left and I wasn't gonna make him slam on the brakes. There's a lot of truck drivers out there. They'll be like, I don't care about that guy. I got the right of way. I don't have to let him in. It's too bad. You're right. You do have the right of way. Just like I just had the right of way, but why not help a guy out, you know? I don't know. Trucks, 5 miles of 6% downgrade ahead. Check your brakes. Okay, well, it looks like we're about to the summit. We ain't there yet. I just had to downshift again. It's getting a little warm in here too without the air conditioning. I'm gonna roll my window down for a second. That felt good. I gotta say what you want about California, but I love coming here and rolling the window down. The air is so crisp, and I mean, coming from New Orleans where the air is wet like soup and hot, it's 67 degrees and the air is nice and crisp. It's just like heaven, man. I love it. So apparently before you get to the 6% downgrade in the summit, you get one last final hurrah of a 6% uphill grade. I just saw the elevation's 4,000 feet. There was a marker back there when it was at 3,000 feet, so I've climbed another 1,000 feet. And yeah, so I went from 7 high to 7 low, and I'm gonna have to go to 6 high because my RPMs are slowly dropping. So let's do that before they drop too low. And I use my clutch to get out of the gear and then float it down into the next one. So now I'm in 6 high and I'm at about 1400 RPM. And here's the summit, baby. 35 miles an hour I'm doing. All the trucks with light loads are blowing by me. And here it is, Tejon Pass, elevation 4,144 feet. So here's the summit, Jake brakes on, and get ready for 6% downgrade for the next 5 miles. Okay, we've been going downhill for a while now. You see that sign we just passed? It said trucks 45 miles per hour. That wasn't a 6% grade. Because really my Jake brakes shouldn't have been slowing me down like they were. Well, now we're getting into the 6% grade. You'll see the sign again, the white sign on the right. It says truck speed 45, radar enforced. That means we're getting to the 6% grade and they want us going slow. So I'm gonna, I don't know if I should drop down to 8 low. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down to 8 low. What that does is shoot my RPMs up and I get more power out of my Jake brakes. Okay, this is it officially. Let me get over to the right. Yeah, this is a 6% grade. I can feel it. My truck is speeding up. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some pressure on the service brakes to get me back to my speed. Now if I have to, I can shift to 7 high because right now my my RPMs are very low, which means I'm not getting anything out of my Jake brakes. So right now my RPMs are at 1200. If I go to 7 high, they should shoot back up to about 1500 and we'll see how much extra power I get out of the Jake brakes. So let me do that. But right now I'm not using the brake pedal at all. My Jake brakes, I'm at about 1450 RPM and my Jake brakes are holding me. I'm not speeding up at all. All right, I just sped up by 1 mile an hour, but for the most part my Jake brakes are holding me without having to use a brake pedal at all. And this is a 6% grade, you know what I'm saying? So if you find the right RPM, you should be good. When you're going down these long, steep grades, you're in a speed range. You use your brake pedal to slow you down to a certain speed, and then your Jake brake will kind of hold the truck, but your speed will be going up, little by little. And when you get to the top of your speed range, you hit your service brakes again to bring your speed right back down, which we're doing right now. Now I can finally see the bottom. It's about a mile away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a Grapevine from start to finish. Up and over, it took me 46 and a half minutes to get up and over the Grapevine. Now I can put my AC back on.